6'10", Big Perk, Kendrick Perkins. And it's Durant, and it's Ibaka in at the 4. And looking at the Spurs, Parker and Danny Green are your 1 and your 2. And in the middle, out of Brazil, taken with the 28th pick back in 2008, the 6'11" pivot man, Thiago Splitter. Then there's Kawhi Leonard, and it's Duncan in at the 4 slot. And Durant, here we go, to the paint. Westbrook, that is good.
Boy, he's so hard to stop, guys, because he poses a ton of matchup problems for the defense. You look back to that 2008 draft, the then Sonics, now Thunder, took Westbrook at the 4 spot, and a lot of people thought that was a reach, but tell you what, you redo the draft right now, and he has a legitimate case of being the #1 pick.
6 on the shot clock. Leonard attacking, releases from 15. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. And count it, the shot is good. He'll go to the free throw line.
Boy, he crashed the boards with purpose right there. Well-deserved second chance points for him. One quality of his that really stands out is his skill as a screen setter in the pick and roll. Actually, he's good on both ends of that play, but I really like putting him in that situation.
And Steve, you know, being a good finisher in the pick and roll requires timing and athleticism, and he's got both.
Look forward back to that 2008 draft. Westbrook had played kind of a combo guard at UCLA, and there were some questions, I think, among a lot of scouts and personnel guys' minds about his ability to become a full-time point guard.
Yeah, you know, it's interesting. I think you always have to look at players, not just for what they might become, but what are they when they get to you. And Russell was a guy who was athletic, aggressive, hungry to get better, and when you've got those attributes in his athleticism, you're going to be a difference maker in the league, and he's proven that to be the case.
Now let's find out what head coach Greg Popovich had to say to Doris Burke. Doris?
He knows one of the hardest parts on scoring against this defense has to do with their prolific shot blocker, Serge Ibaka. He told me he's one of those guys who can get in your head a little bit because he's so mobile. You often don't see him coming. And Kevin, you add in his great rebounding and ability to hit from mid-range, and he's always an X factor for them. Back to you.
And thank you, Doris.
The Spurs would end up as the 2nd seed in the West and were right in the hunt for being the top seed for the majority of last season, but one reason they fell short was that they just weren't as good as they needed to be during in-conference games.
Now here's Durant. Great D that time from Leonard.
Terrific job that time defending at the rim. I mean, it's not an easy task stopping that fella when he's headed to the bucket like that. Good job.
And the Thunder pushing it up now. Durant's running. Baseline jumper. Again, Durant missing. Going back to the Spurs, they did well against the West, but Steve didn't come close to matching the win totals of every other top team in the West.
Yeah, they would end the season with a 33-19 conference record, which, you know, is pretty good, but still only 5th best in the West. It shows you how strong the Western Conference was a year ago, particularly at the top.
San Antonio leading. Parker outside to the middle. Westbrook with the steal. Here's Durant. Throws down the breakaway jam.
Boy, extremely opportunistic defense leading to those points there.
That dunk, Clark, coming within seconds of the steal.
Love the way they convert from defense to offense.
But that's what happens when you get all 5 guys on a string defensively ready to react and make a play.
Well, I tell you what, Greg Popovich, a really impressive leader for the Spurs. He's able to keep all of his players locked into what's best for the team. Has a military background, played basketball and studied at the Air Force Academy before serving 5 years in the Air Force. And you know some of the leadership that he brings to his position was learned from his past experiences.
Out to Parker. Pass to Leonard. Back to Parker. Duncan outside. He feeds it to Green. And he finishes nicely on the layup. Hey, Clark, you mentioned Pop's time at the Air Force Academy. That's where he got his start in the coaching ranks.
Yeah, 6 years as an assistant there. He was head coach at Pomona, an assistant coach with the Golden State Warriors and the Spurs, and eventually moved into the front office in San Antonio. But, wow, what an amazing run it's been for him. 17 years as the head coach of the Spurs.
And a new group getting ready for Oklahoma City. Hashim Thabit, he's checked in for Perkins. Collison comes in for Serge Ibaka. Jeremy Lamb's checked in for Cephalosha. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Russell Westbrook. On defense, San Antonio. Lamb passes to Jackson. .55 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Just 5 on the clock. Rebound, San Antonio. And here is Parker. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. The shot by Bellinelli, no good. The Thunder have gone 3 of 7 from the field since we've gotten underway. Jackson off the pick from Thabit. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Collison dishes to Lamb. There's the feed to Durant. Kicks it to Collison. Back to Durant. Jackson up top. The second chance effort. Jump shot is good that time. Guys, no one team gaining control early on.
Give and take, back and forth the whole way thus far.
Yeah, 6 lead changes already, and as Rasheed Wallace once said, both teams playing hard, my man.
And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Thunder lead by 1. Let's take a quick break now, and then it's on to the second quarter after this.
Yeah.